that if that's not possible, this camp will be a 10 out of 10. So welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Lake District. You probably realised that already. Now, I wasn't going to come this far, and I certainly wasn't going to come to the Lake District before the end of the silly season. But just before things get really going, I can get away midweek. I had a little bit of extra time on my hands that I don't normally have, so I thought I'd maximise the trip across. And as you'd expect, the A66 was chocker with traffic, but I'm here now. Starting to gain a little bit of height, and I've gone back to my ultralight setup. I'm really excited about it, but there are some strong winds forecast, and getting somewhere sheltered on the tops just might be a little bit difficult. But I have seen somewhere that if that's not possible, this camp will be a 10 out of 10. It's only really gone mid-afternoon. Won't get dark till around about 10 o'clock. I've got loads of time to choose somewhere and have a good wander and a good explore. But these Western Fells are not that frequented. When I get to the summit of each one, I'll put the name and the spot height up so you can see for yourself. But unless you know the area or you're a wainwright bagger, you've probably never heard of them. But the views are absolutely spectacular. Probably been up here maybe 2 or 3 times before. And if it's solitude in the Lake District you're looking for, this is the place to come. But in 25-degree heat, it's certainly kicking my backside. I'll try and face out with the wind. It's quite breezy, but it's not unbearable. So I'm going to spin you around. Right, I don't know whether you can see in the distance, but you've got Whiteside, Hope Gillhead, you've got Grisdale Pike behind. You swing you around that way, Grassmoor, can't remember what these ones are called. So your middle distance, you've got Melbrake, and then this one, the closest one to is you've got Hencoombe, and a really boggy bit in the middle that I don't recommend you do. And then if you look over that way, in the cloud, you've got Pillar, and then you might be able to pick out Fleetwith Pike, just scooting up the middle there. And once you get a bit of height, it's generally easy walking. The paths are pretty good, and I've only seen 2 other people, both of them coming down. Right, well, 526 metres. This is the summit cairn at the top of Gavel Fell. It's really catching the wind as well. And there are bits of this that are a bit boggy. So we're in a period of drought, but I would imagine coming up here any other time, you're going to get wet feet. Just want to take note of. But I'm a little bit down because we were going to do a segment of cake right outdoors. Mrs. had baked a cake, chocolate, hazelnut and coffee, her 3 favourite ingredients, but she baked it just before I'd set off. It'd come out of the oven. She said, don't put it in your rucksack, whatever you do, don't put a lid on it, just leave it in the back of the car to cool down. Yep, and you've guessed it, it's still in the back of the car. I'll just wait and have it for my lunch tomorrow. I believe it's only just gone 4:10. And the other good thing with these fells is if you come up here and the weather's down, or it tends to get a bit claggy, that fence makes an excellent handrail. So 573 metres, this is the summit of Blake Fell. This is the highest one I'm going to do today. I'm really grateful for the summit shelter as well. It's just breaking a little bit of that wind away. I think I just might have 5 or 10 minutes here crying into my Scotch egg over the fact that I won't be having cake for my supper tonight. 16:38. We're taking about half an hour or so to get up here. And it looks steep from a distance, but it's not. It's just a steady plod. Turn you around so you can see that fell in the distance. So that's Carlin Knot over there. That's not a wainwright. And actually we want to be going that way towards Burbank Fell. And I do know that for certain because last time I was up here, I ended up walking to it mistakenly. But the weather was a little bit crappier than it is today, that's for sure. Right, I'm just going to have 5 minutes peace and quiet. So at 475 metres, this rather disappointing pile of stones is the top of Burbank Fell. This is the last wainwright we're going to do today. And when you're out of the wind, it's actually not that bad. You can see where we've come from. It's quite a drop off. And then we've got this beautiful grassy rake that's going to take us and drop us down, bring us around the front of Carlin Knot over there, and then we can start to think about pitching up. I've got to get over this fence first though, and it's all barbed wire. I don't want to catch my pods on it. Right, well I better put you away for that. Could be one of YouTube's most embarrassing moments. Right, well I made it over safely. I'm still intact. You'll just have to take my word for that. am up. And I think I've got a reasonably flat pitch and reasonably dry as well. So I'm not going to hang around. Weather seems to have closed in a bit. Sun's gone. It's really clouded over. Pretty sure I can feel a bit of moisture in the air, so I don't want to fart around too long. Just want to get up and get in, get my stuff set up. So I think that's what I'll do, and then I'll bring you back when I'm set up inside and we'll get some food on. Right, well, I'm set up inside. Let's have a look. Bring you around. Oh, it's better. So I've got my Seater Summit quilt. Always have a cotton sleeping bag liner just to protect my mat. I've got my little inflatable pillow, and then as you can see, I've got my Big Agnes Rapide SL. Since I got that a couple of camps ago, I've had some fantastic night's sleep. I can't recommend it enough. It'll be nice and cosy tonight. The good thing is there's just enough wind to keep any flying insects away. In fact, from what it was like on top, it's considerably less breezy. Right, well, let's see what I've got tonight. So I've pulled out all the stops for this one. I've actually bought some food, and I bought these real termat foods as well. This one is pulled pork and rice. Really fancied that one tonight. Got a Scotch egg from Appleton's. I've got hot chocolates and teas and a grenade bar. And I would have had a piece of chocolate cake if I'd remembered. When I had a signal, I messaged my missus earlier. Said, George just had his cake and said it was fab. And I replied that I'd left it in the car. And then then her reply, I can't repeat. And she said, but I did make it especially for cake wrap. So what I'll do is I'll see if it's all right. And I'll have it when I get back to the car in the morning for my breakfast. But it is what it is. I'm not going to go hungry, am I? Let's face it. So I think I'll have this first, but before I do, I'm going to put a tea on. Oh, that smells good. Well, that's 8 minutes. God, it actually smells delicious. There you go. Yeah, as far as dehydrated meals goes, that's as good as it gets. That is absolutely fantastic. Oh, this is delicious. Right, I'm going to get this eaten, and then it looks like I'm going to have to go and filter some water. I've got about half a litre to last me tonight and tomorrow morning for breakfast, so I just need to get a bit more, and I might as well get it done now that I can get ready for bed. Well, I could fill up at the tarn, and I am filtering and boiling the water, but there's a running water source down here anyway, so I'm just going to use that instead. Well, I've got underneath my quilt. The temperature's actually dropped within probably about the last half an hour or so. I'm really starting to feel a little bit chilly. And every now and again, the wind will pick up and give the tent a shake. Of course, I have gone ultralight again this week. One of the things with this Durston X-Mid Pro 2 is the huge pockets. I'll show you there. They fit everything in. They don't seem to sag the tent at all. There's tons of room in this tent. And I know I've got an extra wide mat today, but don't think it makes any difference. I think if I was to come out with the two of us though, I think I'd have to have one wide pad and one normal pad. But other than that, it's absolutely perfect. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have that Scotch egg. I'll probably put a hot chocolate on, and then I'll bring you back before bed. Well, I can't believe how late it still is. It's 10 o'clock, can you believe it? But I am starting to feel a bit sleepy, so I'm going to shut the tent up now and try and get some sleep. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the morning. Right, well, good morning. It's about 5:15. Slept reasonably well last night, apart from I woke up with a rain about 12:30ish. Just couldn't get back to sleep. Felt wide awake, felt really hungry as well. Contemplated making my porridge then, but got back off to sleep pretty well. Really warm in the tent. No wind now either, considering it was blowing really hard last night. Absolutely nothing now. One or two flies creeping round.
maybe do with a bit more water. Right, let me see this off and I'll bring you back when I'm packing away.
That only took me about an hour to have breakfast and pack away, and that's what I enjoy about overnight camps. I get 2 days in the hills for the price of one, and I absolutely love the Lake District, I really do. And I've been coming here for most of my adult life and climbing in these hills, and now I'm really devoted to wild camping. It just gives me another opportunity to come and explore them. Well, I said I wasn't going to do a third round of wainwrights, but I might be lying. Well, look, fingers crossed, depending on the weather and all other circumstances, I'm going to be out again next week. I think I'm going to come back to the lakes, maybe find a few more hidden gems. I didn't even know that that town existed before the other night, and I was looking at the maps. Well, this is a great place to wrap things up. If you've watched it this far, fair play to you. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe and all those good things, and I'll see you next time.